Today I went to my local theater's earliest showtime of Black Adam, and I gotta say I had a lot of fun with this movie. The Rock clearly has a lot of passion for this character and this project, and he made sure that this movie got that character right. And that is by far the best thing about this movie is Black Adam himself. Again, they got his character and this iteration of him so right. The Rock does a fantastic job playing him. The script does a good job fleshing him out. I really liked everything that had to do with his character. Unfortunately, pretty much everything else, with a few notable exceptions, felt very mid to me. The things that worked besides The Rock in this movie were Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate. He was really well done. Hawkman was awesome. Cyclone was awesome. Atom Smasher was very cringy. I didn't feel that his lines were delivered very well. I don't think the actor necessarily did a bad job. It was just the way that the character was written. I honestly missed Zachary Levi's Shazam in this movie. I thought that even though this is a movie where The Rock really wanted it focused on Black Adam, I would have liked to have seen Shazam pop up, maybe even in the Justice Society, not as a permanent member, but maybe willing to help them out just because he is now a champion of the Wizards, and that could have been a fun way for the two characters to get introduced without having a full-on showdown and turning it into a film where they're antagonists with each other. Though to tell you the truth, a fight with Shazam would have made for a much stronger third act than the one that they have here. And that delves into actually my biggest gripe with the film, which is the villain. This film falls into the same trappings as many superhero films over recent years, which is that the villain is essentially generic bad guy number 6. I don't remember his name. I don't even really remember what he was trying to do, just that he wanted world domination and was evil and was just a conniving, wicked person. Again, the actor did just fine. The script just didn't really bother to flesh him out. It felt that the script wanted to make sure they got Black Adam right, but besides that, didn't really care if the other things were particularly good in the movie. Again, I thought that the chemistry between Hawkman and Dr. Fate was really strong, and you really did care for those characters in the film. But in terms of pretty much every character, there were also times where their motivations felt very flimsy, or their minds seemed to change very quickly, or the way that characters would react to situations did not feel very realistic to how someone would actually react to that situation. And again, just having another big CGI third act just didn't really inspire me. But overall, I thought that what Black Adam did very well is it borrowed a lot of things that the DCEU has done well. They borrowed the fish out of water story from Wonder Woman and applied it to Black Adam. It was funny here as it was in Wonder Woman, though I would say Wonder Woman did it better. Similarly, they borrow a lot of Zack Snyder's fight sequence instincts. There's a lot of really cool combat encounters here, though I wouldn't say there's any that quite live up to the BVS warehouse fight scene with Batman in Batman vs. Superman, but there are some that get pretty close. I mean, the action here is pretty good. The cinematography here is pretty strong. Again, not as strong as something like James Wan's Aquaman. I'd go as far as to say that the Justice Society does have an attempt at trying to build out a team dynamic, and to a degree they succeed between Dr. Fate and Hawkman, but with Cyclone and Atom Smasher, I just didn't really feel the chemistry, and I felt Atom Smasher really took away from the group dynamic, and at the end of the film I didn't really care about any of them in the way that I cared about The Rock, which I'm sure was the intention of this movie. There were also a lot of scenes where I could tell they wanted me to feel really emotional, and I just didn't feel that the characters carried that weight to get me to feel the emotion of the scene, even though I thought it was cool. I did like the backstory that they had for this iteration of Black Adam, and it was very well told. I really, again, thought that everything with The Rock was very strong. Everything else was okay. There was never a scene of this movie that I was rolling my eyes at and had me wanting to leave the theater. Everything's serviceable. It's fun. Even the third act, it's fun to watch, even though it doesn't carry enough weight. And to tell you the truth, I just miss when villains had bigger development and more power in the stories. I miss the Dr. Otto Octaviuses from Spider-Man 2. I miss the Green Goblins. I miss the Heath Ledger Jokers. They show up every now and then. I thought that Riddler in the Batman was pretty strong, for example, but I miss those villains that weren't reduced to jokes or just very contrived, I'm an evil villain who wants world domination plot points. And I hope that we can move away from that. I think that that's a big part of the reason that superhero movies just don't feel as impactful these days. One thing that this film did improve upon many superhero movies in the modern day, in my opinion though, is the iconic feel of every time Black Adam was on screen. A lot of times, and I don't know if this is due to just the oversaturation of the genre or if it's how they are introduced in the film or the angle by which they shoot the scenes, but a lot of times it doesn't really feel special when a superhero comes on screen. Whereas, I remember when Batman was on screen in Batman Begins, or whenever Spider-Man was on screen in the 2002 film, and there was just this iconic feeling that came with them. And I feel like they actually brought that back to a large degree with Black Adam, and a huge part of that was Lauren Ballfay's wonderful score that he composed. This is an iconic score that fits the character very well. So overall, I do feel that Black Adam is, a high 7, low 8 out of 10. I think you should check it out if you're a fan of The Rock, if you're a fan of Black Adam, if you're a fan of DC. And also, as many have said, make sure to stay for the mid-credits scene. You probably know what it is. If you don't spoil it for people who don't. But leave your thoughts in the comments below if you've seen the movie. What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? What do you want to see from the DCEU going forward? And please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.